Hello, welcome back to the AskTimChin show, episode 2. Two.
Watch the fingers. Be careful.
Two.
Episode
2. This is our YouTube show where we take questions from you, the viewers, or places where I speak every week. If you want to submit a question, you can go to www.AskTimChin, CHIN, like chin on your face.com, and you can fill out your biggest challenge or questions about life.
You're a
hope,
life coach
religion,
now?
Whatever, baby.
Let's
Religion, politics.
Let's stick to business.
We're not going to talk about come on.
Let's not.
I know you're a closet Trump fan.
Not quite.
No, okay.
No, not quite.
Me either. All right. So anyway, send your questions in, and we'll ask them here on our twice a week, 3 times a week, whatever week show we have, and we'll answer for you. So, this is Micah Horner, social media guru. Actually, I hate the word guru.
I do too.
That means you're an expert who hasn't done anything in 100 years. He's a great social media teacher. He's my social media manager for our entire social media platform. And he also owns Vicky Virtual, which is one of the nation's fastest growing, 100% social media built virtual assistant.
U.S. based.
Oh, thank you, U.S. based.
So we're not outsourcing to India. It's U.S. based.
You're on this side of the wall?
Yes.
Okay, good. Whatever wall we have left. I have. Come on in, Vanna. I have a.
No.
I can't go off camera. You need to bring it to me. Just bring it right here.
I have no makeup on, and I am not getting in front of the camera.
We're interrupted by my coffee assistant. Thank you. Bringing me a cup of coffee and a magic yellow pill. You don't know what's in there.
Try not to know.
All right, it's legal.
Oh.
All right. So,
It's not a blue pill.
shall we start over?
No, this is good. This is great.
That was my housekeeper. Anyway, all right. So, what's your question?
All right. So somebody wants to know what your thoughts are about time management.
What time is it?
I don't know how to read this watch. I don't have to pull my phone.
There goes the question. We know nothing. We can't tell time around here. All right, time management. All right,
Time management.
I have some very strong feelings about it. Again, we will only manage our time if it's easy. I think the number one question, Mike, as I travel the country, is on time management, which tells me that people must, be out of time, losing time, lose track of time, don't know what they're doing.
Wasting time.
Oh, wasting time.
I'm guilty.
Okay. I have to say I waste almost no time. My day is measured. I know what I want to get accomplished to do it. So, let me share with you some easy, basic thoughts about time management. First of all, you should operate off a calendar. Now, people say, what kind of calendar? Online, on your phone, paper. Here's a little secret. Whichever calendar works for you. I've got a staff member who has a big old book she carries around, and that just works for her.
She loses it.
Yeah, exactly.
My dad lost.
Yeah. Here's my calendar. It's called my phone. I make appointments on it. I come home, I sync it to my desktop, or I make it on my vice versa, whatever. All right. So if I'm looking at my calendar, we're in 2016, February 25th. Okay. So I would have already looked at this year. So when start off by looking at a year calendar, and I'm going to put on there, Micah, everything that's important to my family. Amber's birthday, our anniversary. We have a tradition. I have a vacation home in Branson, Missouri, and because I have a former wife that's the mother of my 4 kids, usually Christmas are tough, and then my kids all have significant others and their families. So it's kind of tough sometimes to have you're fighting over families. You were raised in a nuclear family, so that might have been the case. So what I always try to do is I try to generously let my kids off the hook and say, go spend Christmas with, Christmas Eve with, your significant other's family, spend Christmas some time with your mom, have your mom over, and then we have our week between Christmas and New Year where we go to our vacation home. So that would go on my calendar early on in the year because it's a non-negotiable. It's kind of
Right.
we've done it the last 2 years. The kids, when we get done, are always looking forward to next year. And as long as I don't sell the property, we'll go there between Christmas and New Year. So anniversaries, all your things important to your kids or your wife or husband or significant others, those should go on there first, because busy entrepreneurs like us, what's the first thing we give up? Usually.
Personal time?
Yep.
Yeah.
I played golf once in the last 3 years, and 15 years ago I used to play 150 rounds a year. So we have to have that personal time. Our families and our significant others have to feel valued. And for some of them, they feel love through quality time. There's the 5 love languages. Maybe we'll talk about that in another show. But one of the love languages is quality time. Now that's not my love language, by the way. I'm okay. I like alone time sometimes. Love my wife, and we have times that we carve out for us on the weekends. But usually we go to bed about 12:30, and that's just our schedule. So if I'm looking at my annual schedule, I'm looking at the important dates. All right? So I'm going to start there. Once you have the important dates on there, there are some other simple principles let me share with you. I believe, and I learned this from a former business partner of mine. He shared it with me one time, and it was true. He said between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m., you should spend your time with people and doing things that profit you and your business. Now, you and I are business partners. We've been friends almost 2 years. We never are together that we're not maximizing our time. So any time with you would fit that 9 to 6. And then from 6 to 6 p.m. to 6 a, and on weekends, in other words, nights and weekends, do your charity work. Or give to someone. You're trying to help them build your business, you're trying to build their life. But focus on building your business and things that profit you. The gym, for the first time in my life, adult life, I'm spending time on my physical health. I have a personal trainer. I train 3 times a week. The reason I'm 57. I know I don't look it. I look about 42. But one reason I didn't go to the gym is because I couldn't justify the time. I said I can make X number of dollars an hour consulting, which fairly significant, or I can go to the gym. But then I realized if I wanted to consult and coach longer and run 3 national companies, I needed to live a little longer. So now my gym time is about 4 o'clock. I work really hard from about 8 a.m. to about 3:30. And 3 days a week I go to the gym, stop the chiropractor on the way home, take about a 2-hour break, then I go back to work in the evening. So profit yourself in your business 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nights and weekends, help others, or do your charity work. Make sense? All right.
Family time.
Yeah.
In
that evening.
Yeah. Gotcha.
And everybody has a different definition of that.
Your pillow just fell.
Oh,
It'll be all right. Just dust it off.
I'm going to take it.
All right.
Can you reach? He dropped my yellow pill.
Just take
There you go. I'm going to go ahead and take it.
We can edit it out. Or not.
Hopefully the DEA is not looking. By the way, it's just a natural nutritional product I take. Anyway, so the next philosophy, well, we're not talking about daily schedule. We'll get there. I'm trying to help you set your philosophy. Number 2, do you ever have trouble saying no to people? Or does Rebecca?
Maybe her. I don't
Amber
really
does.
have that problem.
Amber has a hard time saying no. Some of you watching the show, you just have a terrible time saying no to someone. You feel guilty, whatever. By the way, I don't. All right. So here's one of the things I want you to institute into your vocabulary. Hey, can you make cookies for Johnny, your son, for our class tomorrow? Here's your answer. I need to check my schedule. No matter what you're asked, Rotary, networking group, chamber. Hey, can you do this next week? I need to check my schedule. What that does, especially if you have a hard time saying no, it buys you time.
Right.
You don't have to worry about hurting your feelings. I need to check my schedule. And then I'll say, I'll let you know within 24 business hours. What do you think 24 business hours are?
3 days.
It could be.
Yeah.
You're a smart guy. It lets me off. No, anyway, I said, I'll let you know by 5 o'clock tomorrow the next day. Then here's what you do. Just like you went on episode 1, we talked to you about a 3-step follow-up program. I'm going to go to my car and I'm going to ask myself 3 questions. Question number 1, I'm going to ask myself, does this benefit me personally, business-wise, or spiritually. Or you could call it spiritually whatever. Emotionally, brings you joy, whatever you want to call it. So you asked me to play golf next week.
I'd never ask you that, but
In case you did, you're not very cool. So I go to the car and say, you know what? Does that benefit me business-wise? It certainly could, because I love, we bounce ideas off together, so 4 hours in a golf cart might be a good thing, okay? Does it benefit my business, or me personally? Yes, I get some exercise, I de-stress. Spiritually, probably not so much. Okay, so, anyway, 2 out of the 3 were yes. I then go to my schedule and look, am I available next Friday? So I have 2 yeses, and my calendar's clear. It's probably a yes. Now, if you ask me to play tennis, I say, "What are you trying to kill me? I'm going to die out there in 100-degree heat. I'm going to have a heart attack." Heck no, I'm not doing that. So you want to ask yourself, I'm testing the question all the time. I'm asking myself, do I benefit from it in those 3 ways? If the answer is yes, and any 2 or 3, and my calendar's open, then it's probably a yes. Okay? Have you ever thought about it that way before?
that's usually how I do it. I
Okay.
keep my schedule on my calendar, and I try to fit in things when I can, and if
But at least-
I have the bandwidth mentally
Okay.
to be able to handle it. And
Because you're a high-level thinker. You're like me. We're thinking all the time, but you're actually like deep thought. I'm in like light thought. I'm an ideas guy. You're an implementer.
okay,
So you have to think about the crap I come up with. How are we going to do that?
right.
I just get the drink anyway. So, but that'll buy you time. You won't have to say, Micah, no. Well, if let's say I need to check my schedule. I'll let you know by tomorrow, and then qualify it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So here's some things we've added to our systems. We've said we're going to put the personal things on there first. When we're asked to do something, we're going to say, let me check my schedule. And then we're going to ask the 3 qualifying questions, so they're qualified to get on my schedule. And then also, I want you to remember, thank you, that's my door opening to go to my garage with my teenager.
fine.
Anyway, and then you want to get to the place where you say, if it's not on my schedule, it does not exist.
Right.
Okay? All right. So you said most of that's philosophy. Yeah. Now let's get down to the nitty gritty. I'm going to ask you watching the show today, or let me ask Micah. We'll see. High IQ. Doesn't mean they have common sense, but he has high IQ. So I'm going to ask a question. What daily activity do you think should be on everybody's schedule in business? What one activity do you think we should be doing somehow every day in some version?
I would say reaching out to business partners, reaching out to colleagues, doing some sort of reach out to the people that...
What's the goal of it?
The goal of it is just to, there's long-term...
Alright, now we'll talk about that in a minute. There should be prospecting in everybody's business.
prospecting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I prospect every day, and I'm the CEO of 3 companies. I'm prospecting for leaders, I'm prospecting for joint ventures and strategic alliances. And now, that can be in the form of Facebook ads, if you use social media. But there should be some prospecting for your business, because some of your referral partners and clients are going to die, retire, or get mad at you. So we can't ever feel, well, we're full up, Tim. We've got all the virtual assistants we can hire. We're maxed out at 150 companies. What if 10 of them quit tomorrow? Now you're not maxed out. So there should be prospecting. I believe, Micah, that you should prospect whatever the best hour to 90 minutes of your day is. Are you a morning person, night person, what?
I'm a night person.
What do you define as night?
Night is probably between 9 p.m. and midnight.
Okay. If
That's
I
when
take
get
if I
my
take
best
time
work
off during the day, I'm taking off usually from 6 to 9. I eat dinner, maybe watch a little TV, spend some time with Amber. But 9 o'clock I get my second win. And I'm up in my office because you and I are communicating most nights at that time of night.
Mm-hmm.
The last night I sent you something at 12 and you didn't respond, but then at 12:45 you did. So anyway. So there should be prospecting on your schedule. I believe if you're a morning person, prospect in the morning. If you're an afternoon person, which I'm not, prospect in the afternoon. Plus, I work out 3 times a week. And I think most prospecting time is 8A to 8P. If you're like in insurance sales, nobody's going to let you in their home after 8 o'clock.
Right.
Okay, so 8A to 8P. All right. Another thing that should be on your daily schedule is self-improvement. Now, I never did it on the physical side until about 2 months ago. Now I'm religious. I look forward to it, actually. Except for yesterday. That you know that day when your trainer goes from nice guy to the trainer from hell and doubles your workout and your reps and your time? Yeah, that happened overnight yesterday after I just sent him a great referral. Good Lord. I was cooked. Anyway, there should be personal development. Reading. Writing and arithmetic. No, I'm just kidding. I read at least an hour a day.
Okay.
Usually 4 or 5 times during the day. And I will say for the record that most of my reading is online.
Articles?
Yep.
So no books.
I do read books, but I'll read those on a Kindle app. I also like audiobooks because I'm in my car a lot. So audio are my first choice. Can you get them on MP3s now, books? Where you can easier to download audiobooks, or are they still all on? I just buy CDs.
I use the app. I
What
use
app?
the Audible app.
Oh.
Audible has an app on your phone, so I listen to audiobooks.
Is it like incredible bandwidth memory?
No, you can download it to your phone.
Or listen to it on the cloud?
You can do either one. Yeah, you can stream or you can download for offline listening.
I've heard of that before. Audible.com?
Audible.com, yeah.
How much do they cost?
It's $15 a month. You get a free book every month.
How much? 15?
Yeah, and they give you a free book every month.
That's kind of pricey, isn't it?
Well, an audiobook usually costs about $30 on average.
So what happens after a month? Do they store it or do you lose it?
No, you keep forever. Yeah, I have a whole library full of Audible audiobooks now.
Cool. Is Gary Vee's book on there?
All of them are, yeah.
Really? All Bill O'Reilly books on there?
I'm sure they got everything you want.
You know I like Bill O'Reilly. Alright, so there should be self-improvement time. Every day. Alright, next, let's talk about morning rituals. I don't need much sleep, though to lose weight and keep in shape, I have to get at least 7 hours sleep a night, my trainer says, or belly fat, pops back on me. So, but I still get up about 7:30, and we all have rituals. I come downstairs, I put the coffee on, I let the dog out, come back, finish the coffee, and watch the dog go to the bathroom, let her in, then I go to work. Alright, we have rituals. So, there should be again, when should that time be? I read 3 or 4 times during the day. It's a good break. Maybe we'll leave my home office, come downstairs and sit in a chair. I read every night before I go to bed. So I am reading a hardback book at that point. Okay? So if you're an audio listener, do that. So I think there should be about an hour a day. All right, so now we know we got prospecting. We know we've got self-improvement. Then I believe there should be some appreciation time, what you are kind of alluding to.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that if you'll write 5 power notes a week, if you do 2 a day, that's 10. That would be 500 people you would send a handwritten note to. Now, we're not going to talk about how to write a handwritten note. There's different people that teach what to do and proper things to say and do. So prospecting, self-improvement time, reconnecting. I think everybody needs a networking home. If you want to find out about my networking company, it's referralleaders.com. And you can go there and check out what it would be to look like a chapter. And you're always going to make more money if you start a networking group versus just attend one, just for the record. So networking should certainly be a part of your weekly thing. Of course, you're going to then put in appointment times. Hopefully you have clients, appointment times. If you're someone who makes lots of money on social media like I do, there's going to be social media time. That's really my prospecting time.
Right.
So the principles are fill in the blanks, and then as you fill them, prospecting, personal development, reconnection, networking. Believe it or not, Micah, your schedule will start to fill up. So then when you look at, I look 2 months ahead. I have, when I'm in Phoenix the 3rd week of every month. And I have 10 events in 3 days. I have no time. Prospecting, out the door.
Right.
Self-improvement, I'm going from 6:30 in the morning when I get picked up at the hotel, usually at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock at night. So, but as you begin to put these things that need to take place to be successful on your schedule, all those blank times disappear, and you're going, oh, I wonder what I should be doing today.
Right. So you recommend blocking out times every single day on your calendar?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Okay.
Now there's set up.
I think a lot of the reason why people waste time during the day is they don't. Really
the calendar's
know what
wide
they
open.
should
It's
be
white.
doing. Yeah. Really not sure what to do.
Yeah. Now another
They're
thing you should
overwhelmed.
do, and this is a little heavy lifting on the front end, but if you really want to do good, keep a log of what you do every 15 minutes for 2 weeks. And then every week I would go back and I would take a green highlighter and mark how many hours I was making money. Because green time is money time. And if you're looking at 160, by the way, we have 168 hours in every week. So if you go back at the end of the week and there's only 3 hours of green time out of 168,
Mm-hmm.
Houston, we have a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But yeah, so for instance, I coach every Monday almost all day. Every other Monday is my coaching day. I coach from 9 till about 3 o'clock. Back to back to back. So if you go and say, hey, can we, no, not on that Monday, I'm booked all day. Every other Monday. So I block my regular things and then I do my travel schedule. I get done coaching at 2, my flight leaves to Phoenix at 4. My bags are in the car, Amber takes me, and I mean, it's like a fine-tuned thing. So I'm never sitting around guessing what to do, and if I do have free time, I usually I'm going to go to social media or I'm going to pick up my book. Keep getting smarter. All right.
So, do you take any time? One of the things I do that I've always been told to do is at the end of the day, review the day, review what you did, and then plan for the next day.
My next day is already planned.
Okay, so it's already on the calendar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. Like when we were trying to set a day up to record shows today, I looked ahead and I had one day I could do it all week. The other 4 were totally booked. I fly out to Florida tomorrow. So when you're become ritualistic, and these rituals and things that you need to do are on your calendar, and then again, a lot of them I would do early in the morning, so I'm not going to tie up the middle of my day. But my schedule's pretty fixed. Phoenix, 3rd week of the month, 2nd week of the month, I'm doing masterminds here. And I have some private coaching clients here that I have on the Friday after masterminds all week. So weeks 2 and 3 are totally booked.
Gotcha.
I can travel on vacation or travel to speaking gigs on weeks 4 and 1. So you're going, hey, it's the 3rd week of the month. Sorry, I'm in Phoenix. Hey, it's sorry. Make sense?
Absolutely.
So as busy as my life is, it's pretty simple.
Very
My
good.
thoughts on time management on episode 2. If you said, hey, you have specific questions on time management, go to www.AskTimChin.com. Check out my blog at timothyachen.com. And if you want to follow my business and coaching page on Facebook, it's facebook.com/referral teacher. Not
Cool.
guru. I'm still building businesses.
Absolutely. All right. Episode
Micah, good to have you here. Thanks.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.